I tried to get pregnant for about 5 years, actually. We were married back in 2008, and from the get-go we were open to having children, but after about a year or so and nothing had happened, then we were starting to worry and wonder if maybe there was something wrong, and started to seek help after that. So even though I was never really pressured by a doctor or friends or family or anybody like that, just when infertility would come up in conversation, when I was talking to people about it, it was mentioned often, and I just had to very kindly explain to them how I felt about the issue, and just that I was morally and ethically opposed to it for various reasons, in particular just the way that the embryos are created in a lab and are often discarded, and just the whole process of it. It was not the route for me, even though I know a lot of people that have gone that route and have beautiful babies because of it. I knew going into everything that that means wasn't the way I wanted to get to the end. So through working with the Vitae Clinic, they looked at the results from all the blood work I had done, plus all of my NFP charts, and even though my charts looked pretty regular, Dr. K was a little bit concerned about some inconsistencies in my post-peak phase, and that is oftentimes an indicator of endometriosis. And at that time, I honestly didn't know much about endometriosis and how common it actually is and how it can really affect your fertility. We were finally able to get pregnant, and back in June of 2013 I came down to Austin and had laparoscopic surgery done by Dr. K here, and he did end up finding endometriosis and removed that and cleaned it all up. So from that point too, I remember I felt just a lot more at peace and had more hope, actually, because finally I knew what the issue was. Up until then, it was just a big question mark, and putting a name to it and having the surgery and getting some treatment finally it made me have a lot more hope that things were moving forward. And sure enough, the first time that we were able to try after recovering from surgery, our daughter was conceived. So I would say that the surgery definitely worked. The staff at the Vitae Clinic, besides just being very, very kind and helpful throughout the whole process, they, above all, just look at the whole of women's health and of my health, and I just felt that they really cared and put in the time and the effort to really get to the bottom of what my infertility issues were, instead of just overlooking that and using other means. They looked to really find what the issue was, not just put a band-aid over it, but to diagnose it, to treat it, and help me on my goal of being able to have children, which I have. If I had a friend that was struggling with infertility, first of all, I would give them a big hug and tell them that I love them, and let them know that I'm praying for them, and just encourage them to hold on to hope, and that there is help out there, and that they're not alone, because unfortunately it is very common. Infertility is much more common than people realize, I think. I would also encourage any friends that are suffering with infertility to look into ways of getting real help, like through NaPro Technology, because instead of just band-aiding the issue, they look to find what's really wrong, and you can get real help.